G'day guys, Tim here from Highline Motorsports Australia. Bit of a recap of how we went over the weekend down at Archerfield Speedway for our first round of the Archerfield Track Championship for 2019-2020. So I ended up starting the feature race from 4th. The first lap of the race I sort of fell back a bit, but quickly realised the top was there. We'd intentionally set the car up to run the top and definitely felt like we had good pace up there. And as you'll see from the footage kindly supplied by Jared down at Ash Media there, we had some pace going and was making tracks up towards the leader. So what I'm going to do now is flick over to that footage.
Robinson in the 28 now, your race leader. We got back to Dave Eggins in the Rob Mac Harvester's car trying to find a way through the field. But Paul Robinson leads and stretching that gap over Butcher at the moment. Tim Harris still consistent and persisting with the top line. Just kisses the wall out of turn 4. Squares the car up down the front straightaway. And he lost 2 spots there to Andrew Robinson and also John Slack.
I'll tell you what, we're watching Mason Cattell and Ben Hull at the moment. They are tearing through this racetrack side by side and are carving them up. They have come from near the back of the field and sitting up there behind the leaders.
Yeah, have a look at Dave Ellis on the outside. Dave Eggins on the outside of Ellis. The Rob Mac Harvesters. Meanwhile, Paul Robinson just driving away from this field. The high line's paid off for Harris. Oh, he gets crossed up and almost spins it. Drops the spot to Butcher that he just got on the front straightaway. Oh, he has gone big time. That is a huge crash for Tim Harris. He persisted with that high line and it has cost him dearly.
The high side, as you said, Trevor, he persisted. Lap after lap, was making his own groove. And the crash crew again, how good are they, folks? A fantastic job. As the helmet comes off. Big round of applause for Timmy Harris.
Well, Macca down here with Tim Harris, mate. First things first, you okay?
Yeah, I'm all good. Just a little bit of a headache at the moment, but I think it must have been a pretty decent one by the look of it. So, yeah, it's really unfortunate first race of the season, but geez, we had something going there around the top. Hopefully it was pretty enjoyable for you guys in the crowd to watch that. It was pretty cool to drive it, but just unfortunately ended up on the wrong side of it.
So, as you can see, things didn't really end up going to plan. Showed a lot of pace there around the top and was looking pretty good there for a little bit, but unfortunately, just due to a lack of experience and still learning racecraft, I sort of misjudged that entry into turn 3 there on about lap 8 and tagged the right rear of Butcher, and that was all she wrote. Just want to say a big thank you to the Archerfield track safety crew. They did a fantastic job of looking after me when I was on my lid there for a little while, making sure that I was all right before tipping the car over and just making sure that I was okay even after I got out of the car there. Thank you heaps, guys. I appreciate it. So, plan for us going forward is going to be assessing all of the damage, getting a good list of all the bits and pieces that we need to buy and replace. There's quite a lot, so yeah, we'll work through that over the coming days. Unfortunately, it's done quite a lot of damage to the car, and it's really put us on the back foot here for the start of the season. We did plan on doing both the Archerfield Track Championship and the Country Championship, but obviously, just how much damage the car sustained in that crash, it's really put us on the back foot. Especially being a small family team like we are, we rely a lot on our sponsors to get us through and put us in a good position. And unfortunately, just the way things are right now, I think it's going to be a couple months before we're able to get back out on track. So it's unfortunate, and I feel really bad, I think just the lack of experience and being so eager to try and show my best and give ourselves a red hot go at this sort of thing has put us in a bad spot there, but at least I think it's something that we can learn from. Just want to say a big shout out to all of our sponsors that have got us going for the start of this season and got us in as good a shape as we were. Vi Designs, my brother's graphic design company, got the car looking immaculate, and the post that we put up at the start of the season really turned some eyes, I think, and it was the biggest engaging post I've ever had on our page and got quite a few eyeballs and shares and stuff, so he's done a ripper job. I feel really bad for tearing it up now. Autobahn Toowoomba, Creative Customs, Precision Steering and Suspension, Absolute Batteries, Toowoomba, ALE Signs, Fox Shocks Lab, Rowan down there got us on a sweet ass shock package. Obviously proved that it was going alright around the top there down at Archerfields. Also Harmy up at Harm Tune Suspension. So that's probably going to do it for this recap, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video content. Hopefully we're going to do more of it here in the future, just to keep you guys up to date with what's going on in the team and how we're tracking and how we're going back on track. Make sure you keep up to date with the Facebook page and the Instagram and the YouTube. Hopefully we're going to start adding a bit more stuff there as to how we're going and when we're going to be looking like getting back on track again. I appreciate all the help, guys, and all the support. Man, we got close. We'll give it a go here again in the future. So thanks again, guys. I'll catch you all later.